feeling froggy. It's going down. So I'm over here by Renee C. Davidson Courthouse, about to hit the library. And yes, my eyes are red, not because I've been crying, or just allergies. Time in California on this May the 2nd at, what time is it? 3:38 p.m. California time. What's up? I hope everyone's had a well and wonderful weekend. For those people that are from the town, you guys know, like on the weekends, it's sideshow night and people be turned up. The motorcycles now get involved. The ATVs is going down, okay? So this is how it all starts. Anyway, before I hit the library, a couple things, not a bad thing. You're gonna hear a lot of traffic in the background. I just need to get out and breathe. It's too much at one time. I'm overly stimulated and not in a good way. Couple things. For me, lots of change in the background. Things are great. What some people need to understand about me is that if I go, Libras, we don't like to sit there and ask for help. We don't even need the help. We have our shit down pat, right? So if I get overstimulated, I will sit there and shut everything down and just shut the fuck up and just stay to myself, offline. Some people have a problem with that because I get too quiet and I start to worry. Unless I cussed you out and told you about yourself and cut you off, you're all right. I always come back. Number two is because I know I get quiet. And it's very exhausting. It's not you guys. I just can't take too much energy at one time. I'm gonna give you guys a quick Jerry Springer story, true story about Dante. Some of you guys remember when I first started dating dude and how things came about. Since 2018, I've been trying to break up this dude since like March of 2019 before I got pregnant the first time. In violation of restraining orders, I received my official subpoena for court this month and got contacted by the DA, and he has several hearings coming up even before the actual jury trial. And it's not just a one-time thing. About the importance of, dudes and people always say, for females to stay safe and be safe. For people who have sons, please raise your kids to respect the words no and respect boundaries. No means no. And stop trying to sit there and push yourself up on people who are not trying to fuck with you. So, I'm going to be all over the place. Reasons why I act my act. Even right now, I was going to go to the library, but I see library security officer dude, and he looked at me too, and they said, it's too much energy. Oh. And let me say this too. Some of you bachelors and bachelorettes will understand this too. What is up with my hijab? I'll fix it later. But it's so interesting because I stay to myself. Don't be fucking with people, even though I attract a lot of energy. But then once you sit there and have any type of sexual relation or mate with somebody in some type of shape or form and connect with somebody, everybody named mama come out the woodworks and I want to sit there and get to know you and try to date and like swoop you up. No! We're not doing that. So between lesbians and the older dude who I met on Thursday and I was just in there minding my business, and library dude and the Lyft driver, I know my therapist, my psychotherapist is going to kick my ass tomorrow because he agreed, not just him. It's too easy for me to give my number out. When I say give my number out, I do it for networking purposes and for different purposes, not always for trying to date and hook up, okay? But people think because you're nice that you're trying to sit there and, you know what I'm saying, boo up. No! I have different purposes. And just somebody holds a conversation with you does not mean they're trying to sit there and fuck on you, okay? Nor get fucked on. Some people are just nice because we're just nice and just doodly doing, but not with the intent to do anything further. I don't think I try to give that vibe off, but I keep attracting people trying to sit there and look for a wife or a mate and take it to a whole different level. And I'm not even looking cute. I'm trying to look studly. It doesn't stop the show. Murr. So anyway, so I'm going to tell you guys a true story about what's going on with me right now. Because usually for this time, because I'm trying to prepare myself spiritually and physically for said Bofa. I enjoy him. Emotional connection, spiritual connection. I like him a lot. I like the way he makes me feel. I'm starting to open up a lot more. And it's very yum. The man can make you climax without even touching you. His kisses are literally orgasmic, okay? Whole different thing. New experiences. I'm enjoying myself. But I'm very funny about people touching me. I love his touches. But I have to figure out something happened yesterday to where something triggered trauma strongly. And things that I suppressed are now coming up. And I have true stories to tell about Dante. Because when the district attorney, the charging DA, called me yesterday before he sent the email when I got the subpoena and explained the case, even with the prior, with Dante violating the first time, because they couldn't charge him because OPD fucked up with statute of limitations turning in when they should have. Again, they dropped the ball. But that's actually a blessing for me in disguise, what they didn't know, because they dropped the ball. Oh, we have a claim now because it's tied to this case. So if it doesn't serve one purpose, it still serves this purpose, because they had to get CCTV footage and all kinds of shit. So I said what the fuck I said. No problem. But I have to meet the person who traumatized me all over again after years. I have to meet my abuser or the rapist. And when I say rape, I'm saying, so let me get the background. So some of you guys remember I've been a part of this journey with me. There's probably 2 parts for this story. Oh my God, my mustache hair is coming back. I have to get it waxed this weekend. I was supposed to do it today. I'll do it next week. Testosterone, woo woo. Bunny mustache. So I'm gonna sound all over the place, but not really. True story. Some of you guys remember this, okay? Think about the timeline for some of you, okay? I don't give a fuck. Just tell it like it is. So some of you guys remember, because I was already, it's bad because my disability attorney and the judge who heard everything before they approved it, she reviewed all the court documents, records, everything. So I kid you not when I say I literally had to file 11 different valid restraining orders against people, majority exes. While my mom has the permanently extended restraining order, my stepmother twice, before she had my dad murdered and then after, and some other 2 other small ones, but everything else is all my exes. Not all my exes, but I really have a complex of sharing my body and my energy with people because of they really turn crazy. So, not trying to bust BFF out. Let's go ahead and get everything on the table, because I feel bad because the after effect of things happen because of him. He could not travel for over a decade plus because he was put in jail back in college for the stalking charge, a whole week in Santa Clara County, okay? In fact, my supervisor, I was working at San Jose State University Police Department at that time, during the daytime as a dispatcher and PSA, but also a stripper and escort at night. But we were both going through the whole young, crazy, and stupid phase. And he followed me to my job while trying to set my fucking dorm room on fire. All kinds of shit happened. And I was just trying to get to work, and he was just on his bullshit. Do not hang up in that man's face. He feels the type of way. Keep in mind, I'm his first love, okay? And so, no, I don't smoke. My eyes are just red because of allergies. But then when I was walking into the department to check in, I said, you know what, I'll be right back. And he was waiting to sit there and have me come back out so I could sit there and finish up fucking getting on my ass about whatever the fuck we're arguing about, because I was trying to break up with him. And so my supervisor, who was, I don't know, was it Sergeant Hernandez? It wasn't Villarica. It was one of your coworkers, your colleagues, but he was the sergeant or the watch commander. And I came in crying and just upset and distraught. And he was like, "What's going on?" And I told him, I said, "My boyfriend stalked me the whole time. Like, he's not leaving me alone. So he's stalking you?" And I was like, "Yes," because he was. And so all I know is that supervisor got up, had his handcuffs out in full uniform, and you know, he walked right out and BFF was outside. We're dating at the time, trying to break up, okay? And he didn't even ask me questions. Like, you know what, you're under arrest. It's funny, but not funny the way it happened. Because my BFF, he was like, what the fuck's going on? What happened? But no, you try to set the fucking dorm on fire. You're not leaving me alone. So yes, it was stalking. He spent a whole week in jail, and it's fucked up because he was banned from the campus at that time. And go figure. I really didn't want that to happen. It hurt. It was not supposed to be like that. All I had to do was leave me alone. And so I ended up visiting him in jail, and he broke down crying. We both cried. And then the night he got out, I picked him up, and I snuck him back in my dorm room. We made up, okay? But we have been through some shit, but because of that, about learning boundaries and no means no, when people don't want to be bothered, leave them alone, right? But he still forgave me after all that, even though he had to be held accountable for his consequences. Never went to jail back then. It stopped him, but you have to learn, you know, everything has a consequence, whether it be good or bad. That's for him. That's one of many. So, I could talk about the many stories between the restraining order I had to get against SJSU 2 or twin. After I broke up with Minta, was also stalking me, who also went to Bishop O'Dowd, and that's a whole different story. And he stayed with me too for quite a few months. There's a lot going on. That's before, no, that was even, he met my dad too. That was the same year that Daddy passed away. But anyway, about Dante. So, keep in mind, timeline here. For Lawrence, or Big Bro L, or the Iron Ram, or the Gentle Giant, who I met through my second ex-husband, who was also crazy and popping up out of bushes and shit. But see, he had PTSD from the military. Okay, there's a lot going on in his life too. That was since high school too. Okay. This is the reason why I prefer to turn gay and just, I don't know. If you can't beat them, you join them, but that's not working either. So in the meantime, so me and Elle became hella close through learning through my second ex-husband before we both dropped him. And so we were tight. And okay, so even though we had our different type of lifestyles, both open, but we agreed that, you know, if my son wasn't, by the time my son graduated from high school, by 2018, if both of us are still single, let's go ahead and just marry up, you know. He wanted a baby so bad, can I give him the baby, yada yada. So when he passed away in 2015, it's how things happened that was really fucked up, because that's a whole different story. And so I decided to go into, I was already in hibernation, celibate mode anyway. Even if whatever I did the day that he died should not have happened. I was hypersexual, just did things just because it was there. I was bored with the police officer. One of many. So I went to celibate mode for damn near 3 years. So during that time, you know, I'm going through whatever I'm going through, and I met Broski. Well, no, I met Broski in November 2007, and something was supposed to happen back then, but that didn't happen. We became really good friends, and on again, off again, connected, whatever. But we reconnected during that time as friends, right? Don't mind me trying to fix my. Okay, here we go. And so, and meeting Broski again, you know, we stayed friends, stayed in contact through everything, and no funny business at that time. And so it was not until December of 2017, I was like, you know, as much as you sit there and talk, whatever, I think I'm kind of ready to get back out there. Why don't you deflower me again? Or re-deflower me, or break me back in or something. Okay, it's supposed to be a one-time thing, okay? So, keep in mind, I was working for social services at Alameda County at Eastmont, okay? For IHSS. And so, everybody's gonna sit there and help me get my Stella, get her groove back, because I'm sitting there looking like a fucking nun and just looking depressed, and they're trying to get my snap back, okay? So then, showing everything, not all the sexual secrets, but I'm sitting there and give an overview. So my colleague, female colleagues, were like, the security guard was trying to hit on me, a little young cub, and I feel like, just girl, just go ahead and get out the way. And I did. That was a waste of almost 3 years for like less than 1 minute. All that yacht and don't know how to drive. He wasn't ready. So keep in mind, this is 2017 at that time. And broski, I let broski know. I was like, bro, that was a waste of my time and energy. What the fuck was that? And he was like, come here, let me let me show you. Let the grown folks do it. And he did. I'm gonna say, out of all the lovers I've ever had in my life, and I have some miles on me, okay, I've got to say that broski is the number one like lover I've ever had. He knows how to just lock it in. And go figure about the profiling for racial stuff. Y'all need to quit that, because he's Asian, but he knew how to use that chopstick. He could protect and serve on the clock and off the clock. So it's supposed to be a one-time thing. It turned into something a lot more addicting for both of us. And he dusted rust off the brakes, but it's turned into like more of a, not just a one-time thing. It turned like pretty much every week and several times a week type of thing. It was very yum. Yes, he will have you looking cross-eyed and think about world peace. Look at the sky. Anyway, but the thing about that is that he had a situation. I'm still single. We're not trying to date like that. It was just like homies, so friends with benefits, right? So so fast forward. So that was in December. Started up something new. Floodgates open. He likes chocolate. I like me some Chinese food. I don't know. Anyway, so January, before my brother passed away. My brother passed away January 21st, 2018. And so I moved back to my mom's house because she was like, I was sick. I was going through radioiodine treatment. I was losing a lot of weight. I just wasn't doing good. And she was like, the whole narcissist thing about they do that love bomb, charm, and then discard. My mom really has other mental health issues, not just to me, the whole family. She tried to kill my dad and my brother, all kinds of shit. But anyway, but I would like to take weekend trips. If I want to just get away and just get out, I'll sit there and book a hotel and just be chilling. Okay. So it's one of those weekends. I think I know I had broski the night before. And so if I know I'm going to be drinking and just vacationing, I'm going to sit there and call me an Uber at that time. So I called Uber, and then Dante happened to be my driver. So keep in mind, Dante is the same age as my brother and Big Bro and that whole clique. So 7 years older than me. I'm still a baby, but we're still from the town, you know what I mean? It'll be auto clique. So he was smelling good, and he just sitting here vibing, and we're sitting here just talking. And even if he did disclose he had a wife, was not happy, he wanted to get my number, let's just hang out. Let's see what things go. The thing he presented to me was that he's going to be divorced soon. Don't ever trust that, ladies. If a man says he's separated or still living with said wife, or he is thinking about divorce, nah. Okay. So I gave him my number. That was before. But then I thought about what he said. I was like, nah, I don't think that's a good idea because you have a wife. And so he respected it. We stopped talking, but then we kept running into each other time and time again, because I used to work at Eastmont. So he would sit there and be at Ghazali's downstairs, that store down there, or he'd see me at the fucking the beauty supply place on International on 82nd. And he gave me a couple rides. He was my Uber driver again, even going in for girls' night, going to Chili's in Alameda and just kick it. You feel me? I still have the pictures. But we kept vibing. And so time passed. Nothing happened between me and Dante for that whole year, because I was still fucking broski. And then after broski, there's something that happened. He went on a trip or something in April of 2018. This is all happening. Keep in mind, I'm single, okay? But I had a new discovery, and I felt some type of fucking way. I was like, what's going on here? Nothing bad, but something's going on. So since he's doing his thing, obviously, let me go ahead and do my thing. So during this whole period, I had a coworker Lavelle. He passed away. May God rest and bless his soul, Mr. Scorpio. And he developed a huge crush on me too. Love at first sight. I was training him. On point, just like that. Just spend an hour with me. Not even an hour. Just need 10 minutes with you in the cubicle and talk about life. But he's been trying to get on me. So then, as Broski did his thing, I sat there and I went and sat there. I called Lavelle. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You know, I'm going through a situation right now. I think I'm gonna go back to being gay or being back to celibate. But I'm gonna go ahead and just close situations out. You want to come over? And he came over, and that one-time situation also turned to long-term years of him clinging. Okay, I met his mom, met his dad, met his sister, met his kids, spent weekends over there, met the grandmother before she passed away, beautiful soul, met the cousin. Yes, they love me. But he was supposed to be a rebound. So when Broski came back, I told Broski what happened, okay? So Broski gave him the name Chew Toy. I'm going all over the place. I'm just telling all the business. I don't care anymore. I'm not giving all the names, okay? I'm just, And so, still doing with Lavelle and Broski, it'd be some nights, even for Broski, like he knows he had me. Because he'd be like, what you about to do? Because I'd be like more boo up, like wifey with Lavelle, even after work. We come into work together, leave together, and just, we're tight because we work together. But Broski was just making sure he still had that juju. And so he'd be like, what you doing tonight? Come over. I was like, well, I'm going to go see Lavelle. He's like, well, come over here first. Okay. He made sure to like mark his territory. Caught me looking dazed and confused. Couldn't we figure out my name? He had to walk me to the car sometime to just figure out what's going on. World peace. What's my name? I don't even know anymore. And then he'd be like, yeah, you can have a good night now. Go have a good night. Uncle Lavelle's just go ahead, take another shower and go to sleep. Oh my God, funny stories. Yes, I was hypersexual and out there. I just didn't give a fuck. Don't forget I'm a dude in the female's body, dude. Just so you guys will play the game, we can too. So all that time passed. So the more me and Broski start connecting, it got to be weird because of the circumstances situation. It was supposed to it was a lot. But so time passed. So let's fast forward. So taking it all the way now to going towards August. I want to say July or August because I started like distancing myself more from Broski. It's nothing to even do with Lavelle. I don't think I stopped fucking with him too for a minute. I don't know. But I just wasn't feeling it. Nothing wrong with him. It's just, no. It's a little bit too much. Not bad. It was very pleasurable, but it's just started feeling weird. And I still want to be a lesbian again. So I just started not making myself available. Not to be mean to him, it just was weird. And so he got the hint, and eventually I got a call from him, and I don't care what he says to this day. I know that his wife or his ex-wife, that was a rebound, because once I stopped fucking him, how the fuck you get married and drop your fiance to some other female and like all of a sudden you're happy and like all this other shit? No, that bitch is a rebound. I knew it. Because I was fucking you again even after. I don't know what to do with that. Leave that there. So in the meantime, so we're still friends though. And so while he found love and he's all happy, he's kumbaya in his little happy world for a minute, you know, I got to the point where I'm just done with everybody. I just want to go back to being a lesbian or just be celibate. But I'm tired of these motherfuckers. Everybody. I just want to be happy. So I was going to give one last hoorah and just fuck everybody. So I had one weekend where I booked a room at the La Quinta Inn by the airport, okay? Oakland Airport. And so as Lavelle was trying so hard to like get back into my role because he fucked things up, because him trying to sit there and date and want to boo up and marry whatever else, and then I find out you cheated on me. Don't ever tell him you love me and you're trying to snatch. You want the access to me, but you're not about that life. But I know he loved me in different ways. I get it. No harm, no foul. And so I gave him one last hoorah because he was on me hard. And then I as Dante was trying, there was something that happened in September of 2018, going towards the end of the year now, where my stepdad would love to get me drunk. And he has fucked on me and done some very not nice things to me. And Dante was on my my Facebook page. So I made a post about it. My stepdad tried to fuck on me. And he responded. He was like, wait a minute, what? And I was like, yeah, I didn't lie about the shit. That's what happened. Some of you guys know about my stepdad. He was a nasty motherfucker. Not just to me. He's a Chester molester. And so we started talking again. And so by December 3rd, 2018 is when I just said, fuck it. So, you know, let's go ahead and go to the hot tubs. My treat. Keep in mind, whatever I do, I always paid for everything. And so he swooped me up and we sat there and we had our night and we were inseparable from then on. So relationship started from 2018, December 3rd. And then by the thing with my mom, all the domestic violence things like that, and it just the whole situation was crazy. And by March 2019, I was already done with dude. Like, I was already bored and like he was getting on my fucking nerves because the things that he was projecting, the things that he despised, it just was not healthy for my energy. And I'll never forget that a couple of you guys have met him. And even for my frater or my pastor, Reverend or Dr. Powell, I remember he has a social work background too, that you actually called me while I was going through that domestic violence program. And you called out the red flag, like, yo, you need to get right away from this dude. He was right. I've been trying to break up with this dude since 2019, March. Before I got pregnant the first time, I had to lose a baby on my own. While he has a whole ass wife. And keep in mind that he went to jail for murder for 23 years, but he's from the town, so he actually knew a couple of my brother's goons. They met. And he had some major issues. And it's my fault because I allowed it to happen, because I did things not realizing the consequence of what happened after. I can't get rid of him. I have tried everything possible to get rid of this dude. And he doesn't go away. And between that, even with me moving in, I got birthday rape. When I say rape, I'm not talking about just like corner. He likes to corner. He's very aggressive. And keep in mind, I was 150 at that time, a $150, and he's this big ass bub been in jail, like 215 type of dude and all muscle. It wasn't just like a small push or just like trying to coerce you. He's done that too. I'm talking about actually literally have to fight me, like pin me down and like actually take it. I got not just birthday rape, not just that one time. Even when I first moved into my apartment, that same month, not the first time. I have things on video. And it's not just that, the fixation, because it's my fault, because about people pleasing and being at a low point in my life. And he kept talking about a fly guy. Fly guy does not mean shit. About narcissists, and that's a real thing. I had cameras in my house, and he always made sure he had to watch everything I do. He could tell every time, every conversation I have, when I leave to go to the bathroom, when I sit there even cook. He watches me at all times, or he did. And things got so bad to where it's like, I'm letting him know, yo, I don't want you anymore. I don't even like you. Good luck. I met his pastor, his mother, his sister, his daddy, met the cousin too. I still see her every once in a while. I haven't had a conversation with his wife. You know what I mean? So it's not just a one-time thing, but about people being fixated. So now we're fast forwarding to how many different times can somebody say, no, they don't want to fuck with you. And you think I'm playing. And so fast forward, a lot of things have happened in between that time. I have tried everything possible, even having him watch me cheat on him, even though we broke up with my fucking god brother. Oh, we watched a live porn film to make sure that the pussy's no longer yours. They still come back. Got engaged to the crossway neighbor's son before he got murdered. He still came back. I've tried everything. He's not going away. So even after he was served that restraining order, and I have to renew it this year. It's been 3 years already. He has this nonchalant, I don't give a fuck attitude. So the law's gonna catch up with you. So where he violated the first time, he's supposed to be 100-yard stay away, and you see me in the store, you still purposely stay there and still try to antagonize me. Motherfucker, you got me fucked up. That's the first charge. But that one didn't hit the statute because OPD fucked up. But they still have the CCTV though. It's still going to help my case for other parts because it shows a pattern. But for this other part where he keeps contacting me, sending me the dick pics, and I say, do not contact me more. I don't want you. Leave me alone. You're still contacting me? It shows that he has no respect for the law, but also, again, about boundaries. So now, there was a warrant out for his arrest last year. I guess he thought they were playing. They picked his ass up. Good. He's had to go to several court dates since then. He has 3 more this month. So we have one on the Cinco de Mayo, one the 14th. I don't have to be there, but jury trial, I have to be there. But everything he did, he thinks he could just cover things up and let shit go. I have no mercy for motherfuckers who had no regard for me. You understand? I took accountability because I should have cut things off way sooner, and I should have never done that to begin with. So this is my consequence and my karma. But in the meantime, I'm still standing my ground. Where I get triggered is because I really have developed a complex about sharing my body with people. Because certain things, they really is not just him. They act a certain fucking type of way. So for Bofa, nothing personal with him. I enjoy him. I want him. He pleasures me. But certain things I'm not ready to do. I really don't want to share my body. So don't take it personal. A lot of it's trauma. And it's not just that. There's things that have led up beyond that. This right here is the tip of the iceberg. And I'm okay with it. So I say for some people, just don't take things personal. I mean what I said. But about Dante, this has been ongoing. The last violation was in the day after Valentine's Day. And also the year before that. But this fact is, I've been trying to break up with this dude since 2019. It's now 2026. And you still don't go away? And you still preach in church. How do you do that? And your pastor ain't shit either because he knew all about me. I talked to him too. In fact, he was trying to sit there and counsel us while he was trying to sit there and counsel him and his wife. How does that work? I'm not Mormon. Bitch. Let me stop. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Am I okay? Absolutely. Do I feel a lot of pressure? Yes, in a way. And it's okay to not be bothered. My thing, too, for this is that I'm very funny about coming out in public. Even though I like to get out in public, I like to be solo for reasons. So I keep attracting everybody and their mother. I'm not trying to, not because of the eyes. I can switch my eyes up or have natural eyes. I can just sit there and stay to myself. I don't care how I dress, what I'm doing. It's just too much energy. So I have things I have to get done this weekend. And just focus. And last thing too is about whatever things I post for some people, and I'll have a direct conversation with that person later, but energy is very draining. Misery loves company for real, and it's very fucking exhausting. Always find a reason to be grateful. Even for right now, for what's going on with me and Dante, the light part is I'm taking my power back. The ball's in my court. He's being held accountable. So go for it. Let's go. You know what I mean? When people piss you off, what is the lesson in the event, and what can you take from it and turn it into something positive? But not everybody looks at it like that. Some people look at things, want to be woe is me and always complain about shit, always wake up miserable, just wake up complaining. And my thing is, like, don't do misdirected anger with me, because I've been nothing but nice and kind and caring and giving to you, and don't want anything in return. If somebody else pissed you off, direct it towards that person. Don't sit there and use me as some type of fucking verbal punching bag. That's not going to work for me. I don't sit there and argue back. I just don't fuck with you. And then my thing is too that to stop, I be reminded to stop investing into people who don't invest into themselves. And there's things that my dad reminded me of about spiritual liabilities. It's okay to have our breaking points every once in a while, but you still have to pick yourself up. You still take care of your own shit. So if you have all this time to rest and get yourself together, stop expecting the world to save you. You have to learn to save yourself. So what are you going to do? I can't roll with soft ass motherfuckers. I'm so serious. That's not going to work with me. Have you met me? Have you met my clique? What I love about Virgos, I'll never forget this about Virgo sis, for Celinda, and even for Otis, we're going to have one conversation, maybe two at tops, to sit there and vent some shit out if we have to. The next conversation is the solution and actually doing some shit to fix what the fuck's going on. I don't care if it's people or the situation, but do something. I have a thing, Libras don't like people who complain all the time, always miserable. Tell me something good about your day. What was the highlight of your day? What are you happy for? Even the simplest things. It's about how we speak to ourselves. Not everybody's getting that. And not everybody's built to sit there and understand that either. But that's not my problem. So my thing is to take myself out of situations once I recognize it. Still give love and light, but just do things from a distance. Because it's draining and it's taking away from my situation. So I'm thinking about things too. That's why I talked to both of before. You know, I'm learning that every day is one topic conversation is always going to be snowflake. That's taking away from my time with you. And most of the problems that she's having is nothing to do with me. Okay, actually, all the problems nothing to do with me. I don't take, I give. Shit. Anyway, sending love and light, you guys. I'm gonna go to the library and get some stuff out the way. Grateful for my psychotherapist. I'll meet with him tomorrow. He got all the subpoenas and everything, so he knows what's going on. I just need to focus and not to be disturbed. Am I happy? I'm copacetic. I'm chill. Nothing wrong with being low key and just chill. You don't always have to be out all the time too. It's okay to take a break and not be bothered and turn your phone off and watch a movie and just chill. Eat popcorn. Brought to you by my teddy bear. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Take care and God bless.